침대가 되고 싶어.
I beg your pardon?
Oh baby, 더 따스히 포근한 내 품에 감싸고.
You have no idea how much I love this sound and that era, and instantly I have water in my eyes. I am excited. I am getting sucked in.
재우고 싶어. 아주 작은 뒤척임도.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Herrera here. I hope that you're all well. Tvxq. Have I waited long enough to listen to them? Am I about to fall in love with them? I think that generation I really like. I've already heard Changmin and I think he's fantastic. He is so sassy. He is such a diva. And I got a little bit of a look into them when they visited Super Junior in one of their variety shows. And I thought, I thought he was spectacularly handsome. And so, yeah, it's been a long time coming, and I'm finally here. My first question, and I am always full of questions. Lists and questions is my thing. So, my first question is TVXQ, DBSK. What's that all about? Is that because some of these letters do not exist in the Korean language? I'm kind of going to guess that's what that is. And does this stand for anything? Does it mean anything? Yeah, I'm really excited to find out what I am including in this introductory reaction video. Have a look at the description below to name a few of those. Their debut song, I think it is, Hug, which is also remastered and has English subtitles. Win-win situation for me. To name a few of the others that I'm including in this would be My Little Princess, Rising Sun, The Way You Are, and more recently, The Chance of Love. So I've tried to find videos that have English subtitles so I can get an insight into their minds, if they are writing these songs themselves, and, kind of like the vocabulary they like to use, the kind of things that they like to sing about. Some of them, however, do not have English subtitles, and I'm really sorry about that, but I will go away and have a look at the lyrics afterwards. I'm really excited. I think so many of you have just been hounding me in a good way about this, and so I think that I'm really going to regret not finding them before, aren't I? So yeah, let's just get going. This is Hug. So they started out as a 5-piece. Interesting.
하루만 네 방의 침대가 되고 싶어.
I beg your pardon?
Oh baby, 더 따스히 포근한 내 품에 감싸고.
You have no idea how much I love this sound and that era, and instantly I have water in my eyes. I am excited. I am getting sucked in.
재우고 싶어. 아주 작은 뒤척임도 너의 조그만 속삭임에.
Oh.
난 꿈속의 괴물도 이겨내버릴 텐데. 내가 없는 너의 하루.
What a pure voice.
어떻게 흘러가는 건지. 나를 얼마나 사랑하는지 난 너무나 궁금한데. 너의 작은 서랍 속에
Nice.
일기장이 되고 싶어.
They're not throwing any of that away, are they? This is very well sung. And that's a weird thing to say because they're an idol group, but there are idol groups that don't full out sing stuff. I think the way music's moving nowadays, things are very different. You know that. I know that. I don't need to keep saying that. And I don't necessarily mean that in a derogatory way, but I think that things nowadays are a little bit more for shock value, and sometimes they're rushed and they're done for other purposes rather than for the sake of singing really well. I think idols back in this era sung to be good singers. It's a totally different mind frame, but yeah, they're singing really, really nicely.
알 수 없는 너의 그 비밀도 내 맘속에 담아둘래.
Powerful little voices. All right, okay. What's happening? Dude, unexpected dance break.
하루만 너
I don't really know what's going on right now. Am I watching like two different things gelled together? That is the beauty of what, 2012? When is this even from? That is the beauty of this time. Wait, this can't be 2012. They're first gen, second gen. I am so confused right now. I'm just gonna shut up.
너의 고양이가 되고
Yes!
싶어 Oh baby 네가 주는 맛있는 우유와 부드러운
Does he have to smile that cutely?
움직이는 장난해도 너의 귀여운 입맞춤에 나도 몰래 질투를 느끼고 있었나 봐 내 마음이 이런 거야
I really, really like his voice, and I am really struggling to be able to identify members. But yeah, okay, let's just go with it because I know a few names here and there.
누구를 봐도 어디 있어도 난 너만 바라보잖아
Wow.
단 하루만 아주 지나 너의 애인이 되고 싶어 너의 자랑도 때론 투정도 다 들을 수 있을 텐데
I really like it because I think in those days, like, you wanted to portray these idols to be men, right? Young men. So you're putting them all in leather and everything, but you're forgetting that inside those leather jackets and these chains and all of that are these sweet, shiny little boys, and they're so pure and so innocent, like just untouched, and you just want them to stay like this. I dread to think what is coming up and the things that I've selected. Like, at any point, are they going to suddenly just shock me and not be these sweet little boys anymore?
널 위해 In my heart, in my soul 나에게 사랑이란 아직 어색하지만 우리
They're definitely singing like a vocal group rather than like a pop song, with the layered vocals, the harmonies running all the way through it. Really beautiful, very different.
너에게 주고 싶어
It'd be interesting to see whether they sustain this throughout as well.
내 마음이 이런 거야
Just stop it,
지켜볼 수만
Changmin. No.
있어도 너무 감사해 많이 행복해 나 조금은
Oh yes,
부족해도
give us those sassy shoulders.
끝까지 너의 곁에 네 곁에 연인으로 있고 싶어 너를 내 품에 가득한 채 굳어버렸으면 싶어
Wow.
영원히
It's odd because that makes me feel nostalgic. It kind of it kind of hurts a little bit because it makes me think about those groups that I loved growing up. Because them debuting with that song, I bet that every teenage girl around that could hear that was in love with them because that is that sound, that is that look. How could you not fall in love with them? Were you in love with them at this point? Drop me a comment below and let me know. I'm so intrigued to find out if you stuck with them throughout the years and throughout all the various changes that are coming up through my journey that I will get to. Um, a really, really beautiful debut song. Like, wow, really strong and definitely, as I said, not pop idols as such. They're more an a cappella vocal group, and they showed off. They really did show off in this group. They showed off what they were capable of. There was a real lack of rapping. I'm so used to idol groups having a rapper, and that was missing from this, which is really interesting. But I didn't feel like it was missing. Like, this is just beautifully flowy and airy, and it could have just gone on, it could have repeated like 3 4 times and I wouldn't have even realized. I would have just gone with the flow. It was beautiful. The build from the beginning of the song to the end was exactly what I expected and exactly what you want from a song like this as well. um I think visually, as I said, it was very chop and change. That was the trend of that time, and I completely understand. And it's quite funny to watch it now. And that's what I mean. It kind of brings back that nostalgic feeling of the groups that I liked when these guys must have come out. I mean, again, I don't know what time that was. Yeah, let's move on. What a picture. I'm really, really interested now. Isn't it a shame that all of these haven't been remastered? This is terrible.
Still remember my little princess.
Again, they're starting the layering process. A very vocal group.
하루도 안 돼 또 보고 싶어져 어쩌죠 내 맘은 깊은 벽에 걸린 걸 편한 모습이 이제 없을 거예요.
For me, the way that I listen to stuff, I'm not really focusing on the main voices that are being brought forward. My ears instantly go to what's going on in the background. That's what's making this group and this sound unique. This is so different to anything else that I've heard in K-pop so far. I hope they don't lose this. Nice. Sounds so full, so healthy. They knew their target audience, didn't they? Oh. Will you judge me if I say that I actually just want to cry right now? I really do. This has got me feeling so much. It's so beautiful. And this is the thing, not knowing them and not really knowing anything about them, you can just connect to them. Like, I don't even speak the same freaking language, but I suddenly just feel really connected. Music is so beautiful, so powerful, and this is heavenly. It really is.
내게 가장 어울리는 남자가 되고 싶은 걸 언제까지나 내 맘속에 내가 들어갈 수 있도록 허락해줘.
That was a beautiful moment. So just when you think they're going to go verse, bridge, chorus, boring, boring, boring. Not that it was boring, but you think they're going to do that, and actually they put something else in, and it suddenly my ears tuned in again. I feel the water rushing to my eyes. I'm such a sucker. But if you talk on a track, I think that's a really good way of getting to my heart anyway, and they did that. And I thought this was going to be a key change. I dare somebody to try and cover that song. I think that is fantastic. Do you know, I'm not making comparisons because they are very different. B2B are very different, but this is how I felt when I discovered B2B because it was kind of shocking. It was very, very different. Like I'd seen a very different side of K-pop prior to B2B, and then suddenly I was seeing this group of angels, and this is kind of what I'm seeing here, something very different. And I think that this is like giving me golden era vibes. Like this is what music for me is all about. Like heavenly vocals. It really is. People being able to do stuff that you can't do. And I don't mean do flashy moves or give us all of those special effects. If I hadn't have seen any of that, I would still be in awe of this song. The composition itself, it's just such a beautiful sound. I'm really a sucker for this a cappella singing group kind of a thing. And yeah, this is ticking a lot of my boxes. Oh, is this the moment I was waiting for? Are they going to be like really hot? I'm in for a shock, aren't I? They've suddenly gone all edgy now.
하늘이 향기가 나의 눈물로 만든 비가 이제 내려도 새로 벗긴 내 아픔을 지석갖고 용서 내게 절대 적이 있을지 그저 끝없이 나의 향기를 잃을 뿐이요 나 미련 같은 말을 기도하는 숙제 Here I go, come back.
So different, like wildly different to the two songs I've just heard. They are moving in a completely different direction right now. This is obviously telling me what was happening in that time in the music industry, and them experimenting, which I like. And yeah, it just makes me even more intrigued because now we're having the introduction of rapping. And obviously, I've missed quite a few songs in the way, so that would have happened gradually over time. But for me, suddenly shock. We've now got rapping in the song, and potentially we've got some harder hitting singing. So that beautiful singing is kind of all gone now. Now they mean business.
잃어버린 나에게 제가 되어버릴 것만 같은 날들 비상하리란 꿈의 파편들로 맞은 나의
I get it. You know what? Now thinking about the way Changmin sings, that diva quality, I get where he gets it from. He gets it from them, doesn't he? From the growing up in this environment.
반짝임이 없는데 진실은 누구라도 갖고 있는 것
What a
하지만
voice.
보여준 얼굴엔 거짓뿐인겨 영원에 남겨진 나를 찾는가
So that member in particular, he's got a really wonderful throatiness. Looking at him, you wouldn't really think that his voice would be so big. You would think that his voice might be a little bit more delicate. But actually, he's quite powerful. I really like that.
나를 닮아
Ooh.
가슴 안에 가득 차 거듭나는 innocence 불꽃은 밝게 타오르게 마지막이 찬란한 노을처럼 Waiting for the rising sun Now my eyes so comes up on the fog Never like to realize cause to be true 내가 길이 원하워 깨달음에 도달할 수가 없는 게 현실인 걸 나의 태양 앞에 부끄럽지 않게 I just try me and now
exciting. He is now becoming a rapper. That was not something that I was expecting. I thought he sang really powerfully, really beautifully. Maybe he's one of those shapeshifters. He does a little bit of everything. Let's go back because Changmin's about to sing something to me. He has nice clarity in his voice for rapping. His flow is quite good as well. Yeah, his voice is crisp. Is that Jinsu? I really can't tell. Oh my god. The mouth is fully open. He is belting. Dance break? Oh, what? What the hell? Isn't it funny to look back at stuff like this? Everyone just suddenly has an identity crisis in the middle of their own song. I do this with Super Junior all the time. Like, I swear they didn't know who they were for a very long time. I love it. This is funky. This could just be a whole other song. I can't tell whether Yuno has a slight husky voice or not. He's got some different quality. There's a different texture there, and I'm not sure what it is. I can't wait to hear maybe a little bit more ballads or maybe even solos if he has them to kind of figure out what that voice quality is, but it's really nice. Let's get back to business. Sorry to keep pausing it. This is just who I am. Please accept me. That was two different, completely different songs. They could be two different songs, and somehow they've come together. Oh, I like their dancing too. Oh. That was one hell of a song. I don't really know what else to say. I think it's exciting. It's making me really excited to delve deeper into all of their albums and music and B-sides especially. I think I can't wait to watch them sing this live because there are some fantastic voices. If not all of those voices, there's only 5 of them. They're all really, really powerful and strong and different. They're very identifiable. I think even if I wasn't watching this and it wasn't on the person that was singing, I'd be able to tell you that that was a different person. I'd be able to tell you 5 different voices. Yeah, really, really interesting. I cannot wait, as I said, to get further into them. I can't wait to see what they look like. Wow. He was a great singer from the beginning, wasn't he? But his voice has changed quite a bit. Like, I think he was born with a talent, but then he worked really, really hard on that, polished that up. It's interesting how baby he is. Like, how old is Changmin at this point? He's the youngest, right? How old is he when they first came about? You can kind of hear the difference between how young he is and how just a little bit older the others are. I really feel like the audition process for this must have been really hard. They must have been harsh with the people that were auditioning and the trainees, because there's a certain level of vocal prowess that they all have. And yeah, I can't imagine just anybody coming in there that has a good voice and then being like, yeah, sure, come on in, you're now part of the lineup. I think that they've definitely had a really strong idea of what they wanted from this group, and that was strong vocals throughout. They did not want a weakest link whatsoever. It would have bn so good had they developed that R&B side further. Well, they may well have done. I am just yet to find it. Please, these outfits. You hear that? The casting director really had a very specific idea in mind, and they did fantastically in putting these five together because they complement each other really nicely. They support each other when they harmonize really, really nicely as well. In a way, it's a shame that they're moving away from what those first two songs were in that vocal group sound, but I get it. Like, trends changed, times, what the public wanted changed quite a bit, and maybe that would have been a bit too dated had they continued that. But they are letting us know with various tricks and trills and runs that they can still do that. They've got a very mature sound, haven't they? This is such an easy listen. I have a real love for NSYNC, and this is really like reminding me of their sound. I think, yeah, this is just bringing back great memories for me, and it's giving me that instant connect to them. I think that as a five as well, five is a really easy number to love. I know obviously that goes on and that changes for various reasons. I can't wait for you to actually tell me about what happens to the group and why the lineup changes so drastically and what happens to the other members. And is there a way for me to follow those members that are no longer a part of what is now officially Tvxq? But yeah, it's giving me all of those, that really special time for me personally, that NSYNC, that Backstreet Boys, that real American music sound. They're giving me that. And again, they backed off from the rapping. It's not something that they intended to do with this group, which is really fresh to me, because nowadays everybody raps. Oh. See, that dance break could have so easily had a rap running all the way through it, but they can. They just didn't feel the need to do it, and it wasn't really missing. But I feel like nowadays you get that space. Every space has to be filled with something. I love this. Can't wait to hear this live. What? So, you may have noticed that I have skipped quite a few years, but this is where I need your help. Fill in those gaps. What have I missed? Was the group ever from 5 to 4? Was it ever 4 to 3? I'm really looking for your help on this one, so please do comment below and tell me now what happened between then and now even, and what songs I may have potentially missed in skipping all the way to much more recent stuff. So we're down to 2.
에이, 에이, 인위적인 건 너무 재미없어.
Oh.
에이, 흐르던 시선들이 마주칠 때 에이, 눈의 대화는 그렇게 시작됐지. 내게 이끌려, 내게 밀려 어디.
So different. The way that has been recorded is so different. The style of music is so different. He sounds so much more polished. Wow, yeah, I thought his voice was special, but he's sounding so good. I think he sounds very jazzy. Something like, runs come very naturally to him. His voice is just built that way. And it wouldn't be annoying if he did run after riff. It wouldn't be irritating because that's just the way that his voice is built.
비현실적 상황에 난 마치 무아지경에 빠져 거침없이 너는 막힘없이 흔들어대 날 내 몸 전부가 세포가 다 너라고 외쳐대 이미 예정된 역사가 한 페이지를 장식해
I really love how funky that is. I have to go back.
내 몸 전부가 세포가 다 너라고 외쳐대 이미 예정된 역사가 한 페이지를 장식해 어떤 말로 이 교감을 정의할 수나 있을까 It's alright, it's okay 바로 그 운명이란 거
The two visuals together are just absolute killer. I mean, I think Changmin, if I'm ever scrolling through stuff and I see a photo of him, I have to stop and look at it. That is the kind of visual that he is. But it's very, very similar to that. Like, I don't think I can stop looking at him if he's on screen. He is that spectacular. But can I tell you that to my ear, I think I actually prefer Yuno's voice. I think it's very different. It's another special voice that I think I've come across, and I cannot wait for you to tell me about some of his solo stuff because, yeah, I'm really interested in that. Oh, look at them being all smooth, very current. Isn't it funny how music has moved so quickly within the past 10 to 15 years that actually those guys have now become these guys? They're just the same as 4th gen, right? There's really no difference. They're just as smooth, just as suave, and just as sexy as those guys. And the added factor of age, of knowing themselves, being comfortable with themselves. Those camera angles? Changmin always knows where the camera is.
It's alright, it's okay 우리가 운명이란 거 에이, 에이, 지루할 정도로 많이 식상했던 에이, 그녀들의 관심은 접어두길 에이, 내겐 절대로 없을 거라 생각했어 But you arrest me
Their voices together, I think they still sound like a full group. This is fantastic. There are two people in this group and they still sound like they're 5. This is shocking. It really is. And the thing is that both of them could probably rap really damn well as well. And had there been rapping in this would have been right out of something from a 4th gen album. It really would. I love that beat in the bag. Very clever with the chorus there, because that's going to be stuck in your head all day. There's no getting away from that. Ooh. He has such a complete voice, you know, like he sings beautifully and it's not so masculine that it becomes dark and heavy, but it's just heavy enough to sound really masculine, man in control. I really, really like that. Like his voice, it just sits right in the center perfectly, like just catches me exactly where I want to be caught.
운명처럼 빠져들고 말걸 내 곁에 넌 최고가 될 거야 We'll keep together we'll fall in magic every single
Are they both singing there?
느낌은 새로워져 man We will keep together we pray they own each other up all night
Oh.
이끄는 대로 난 따라와
You can tell that they kind of like grew up together because they have similar habits in the way that they're singing. This is awesome.
느낌은 새로워져 man We will keep together we pray they own each other up all night 이끄는 대로 난 따라와 tonight
So sharp. I think the main difference is that Changmin's voice is a little bit higher. It's a little bit more belty and it's a little bit sharper. That's the difference. And I think that's the only thing, like, I'm not saying I dislike it, but if I'm looking at the two of them, I definitely am swaying the other way just because of that slight depth. For you that don't know me and don't follow my reactions, Ye-sung from Super Junior is my alt vocalist. So can you see how deep and husky that voice is? So I need a little bit of depth to like that. And I think that Changmin, he's a very different kind of a singer. Like, obviously, I can put him in a list of other singers that I really love. But I think if I'm talking about TVXQ, I think that for me, I've just made a new discovery. And I'm really excited to dig deeper into Yuno. And I do sometimes look at Changmin and think that he's a golden child. Like, he can do no wrong. He could probably do any style, any genre, and he could do it really damn well. He has such a versatile voice, look, and you can dress him up, dress him down. He's just fantastic. That boy is perfect. Golden spoon.
정된 역사가 한 페이지를 장식해 어떤 말로 이 교경을 정의할 수가 있을까 It's alright, it's okay 바로 그 운명이란 거 Oh yeah yeah Oh yeah yeah 바로 그 운명이란 거 Oh yeah yeah
Please.
It's okay 우리가 운명이란 거 Oh yeah yeah
Don't go. I honestly don't want that to end. Can you please hurry up and tell me all about TVXQ? What does it stand for? What is the deal with DBSK? And then tell me about the 5 members and tell me what happened to the 5 members and why we are now at 2. Please explain so I can finally move on with my life and love them even more. And I'm seeing suggestions here and I'm getting really, really excited. Tell me what to do next. What have I missed between those early songs and this song? And what can I listen to solo wise? So you may have seen that I have already reacted to Changmin and Chocolate, and I think in one of my Valentine mixes, I included him covering another artist's song. But yeah, let's do some mini marathons. Let's explore Changmin. Let's explore, but let's also go back to TVXU and tell me what I need to be watching. Live performances of any of these songs I've included. Drop me links below. I am listening. I'm hearing you. Talk to me. This is so exciting. I'm here. I'm finally here. Thank you so much for hounding me, for waiting, for being patient, and thank you in advance for all that you're going to give me. And I can't wait to see you very, very soon with whatever it is that I end up putting together. Thank you so much for joining me for that reaction. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe to my channel for lots more content. Like the video if you liked it, of course, and until I see you next time, take care. Stay safe. Bye.